Inside Pacer Athletics. Alex Whitman alongside Assistant Sports Information Director Travis Broom. Travis, had a big volleyball weekend this past Friday and Saturday with the volleyball invitation. Well, let's give a recap of the volleyball team starting off with their tournament down in Savannah.
Yeah, the volleyball team traveled down to Savannah, Georgia for the Armstrong Atlantic State Invitational. They went 1-3 in that tournament, unfortunately, but then they picked it up when they came back home and hosted the USC Aiken Pacer Invitational, where they went 3-1 in that tournament, defeating Coker 3-0 on Friday, also defeating Anderson on Friday 3-0, so a great first day. On the second day, they went 1-1, defeating Pfeiffer 3-1, so they're 4-4 on the young season. Right now, team leaders in kills and digs is Shannon Byers. She has 86 digs and 95 digs, 86 kills. And leading the team in aces is India Ellison with 7, and leading the team in blocks is Jessica Loper with 19. Their next match is going to be September 13th. It's going to be at Emory, but they're playing two teams. They're playing West Georgia and Emory that day.
And certainly a lot of great volleyball action, so definitely in the area, come out and check out this team play. A lot of good talent.
Now moving on to women's soccer and men's soccer. Alex, go ahead and kick us off with how the women's soccer team's been doing this year.
Travis, they've been on a roll. They start off, this is actually their best start since 2005. Started off 3-0. Their first game, traveled down to Hartsville, played Coker, winning that game 1-0 off a 96-minute goal by Nicolette Regan. Then they traveled to Newberry, won that game 2-1. 2 goals scored by Caroline Gillespie, who was also our first South Carolina Education Lottery Student Athlete, Athletic Department Player of the Week. Then they hosted Brevard and won that game 2-0 off a Jamila Bryant and Bayer goal. And then they lost their first match to North Georgia this past weekend, but definitely starting off 3-1. A lot of young talent on this team, and Sue Vodicka has this team on the move.
Yeah, and then moving right on to men's soccer. Men's soccer started off the season in winning fashion. They won their first game 4-1 over Pfeiffer with a goal apiece by Chinedu Orenzi and Scott Newby. Troy Watson had 2 goals in that match. Then they lost their next 2 matches, unfortunately, putting them behind 1-2 on the season, but then won their first match at home against Brevard 2-1. Michael Ardrey and Scott Newby both had goals in that match. They lost their last match just recently this past week to North Georgia 2-1. Brett Van Pelt, though, had a goal in that match. So far on the young season, the men's soccer team is 2-3, and their match is going to be at Newberry on September 14th.
All right, Travis, now we're going to move on to the men's golf team. They traveled down to Kiowa Island in the 8th annual Invitational there, led by Taylor Roborn, who was also the Peach Belt Conference Player of the Week and also our South Carolina Education Student Athlete of the Week as well. Finished first overall, finishing 5 under with scores of 68 and 71. Just tremendous play by this team. They've got a lot of young talent again on this team. That seems to be the core of all the athletic teams here.
Yeah, Taylor Roborn, like you said, he did finish second overall. He finished first overall. The Pacers finished second as a team, so a great job for them. Moving on to another successful team so far is the cross country team. Cross-country team went down and competed in the Gamecock Invitational, where they finished second as a team. Keela Gillespie, though, she's the reigning Peach Belt Conference Freshman of the Year for cross-country. She finished 4th overall with a 20-22. The Pacers had 3 runners inside the top 20. Then they went and competed in the Erskine Invitational, where they finished 4th as a team. Keela Gillespie finished 2nd overall with a 16-13. Pacers also had 3 runners who finished inside of the top 20. So great job for the golf team and for the cross-country team so far. And also, if you've been able to check out and see, the Pacers are now wearing their 50th anniversary logos on all of their jerseys. They'll be doing that for every sport for the rest of the year. That's all we have for Inside Pacer Athletics. Please check us out at pacersports.com, and please tune in next week for another great episode of Inside Pacer Athletics.